All right, I promise I'm gonna get started. Okay, I think he's coming in right now. Let me accept it. Okay, hopefully he'll be coming in. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started myself, so I won't be leaving you guys hanging. My name is Donald Jones. So I'm going to just tell you a little bit about myself. Um, I was not necessarily introduced. I was curious about my health about 15 years ago. I started doing a little bit of Googling, went into a rabbit hole. Uh, I started educating myself more and more and more. And I'm not one of those people that just kind of go with the trend, or I'm just, doing things just because. I'm a person where it has to make sense, right? It literally has to make sense. Whatever I'm doing, I'm going to make it make sense. And I think that that's one of my gifts is when I explain something, I will always have the proof behind me. I will always have the proof behind me. So I think my guy Roger is having some difficulties, but I know everybody's on and off. So I want to go ahead and get it started. So I would call myself plant-based slash vegan, and I think that one of the things that people need to understand, and it's just to give you a brief breakdown, right? One of the things that you need to understand is that there's a difference between being a vegan and being plant-based. There, my guy Roger, right there. Uh,
Can you guys hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know, for some reason my system was not working. So
Oh, no problem, man. I'm just giving them the difference between being plant-based and being vegan.
okay,
So being vegan, and I'm pretty sure my guy Roger can discuss this a little bit more. Being vegan literally means that you just have love and compassion for animals. It has nothing to do with your diet,
hmm
nothing at all. That means that you have a love and compassion. That means that you don't want to wear fur because you got to kill animals to get fur. You don't want to eat animals because you got to kill the animals. You don't believe in zoos because you're taking animals outside of their natural habitat for our entertainment. You can't wear leather belts, leather shoes, anything that messes with an animal. Like, you don't support it, right? So if you're a vegan and you're at a zoo, and it's crazy because it may seem like overkill, but literally, if you claiming the vegan, like, you got to be, you either in it or you're not.
right,
Plant-based just means that you care about the food that you eat. It has nothing to do with animals. So if you're plant-based, and it's weird because I consider myself plant-based, Roger's vegan, right? But if you're plant-based, I can rock the leather belts. That just means that I care about my health, right?
right,
Lucky for you guys, Roger is a hybrid. Not only is this guy vegan, but he actually is plant-based. And to be
right,
honest with you, plant-based is healthier than vegan, because I can eat potato chips all day and still be like, oh, I'm vegan,
right.
but I could be unhealthy. So if you just kind of want to give yourself, um, kind of briefly introduce yourself so we can hop into these topics, Roger.
Yeah,
uh you know
yeah. Appreciated that, brother. So yeah, my name is Roger. So I've been vegan for about what 2 decades now, and maybe that says a little bit of my age too, though. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter because I love passion. I'm very compassionate about veganism and everything that implies. When I started it, I don't think the word vegan was even a word, but to be honest with y'all, it was mostly like, it was just like strict vegetarian was the term that they were used to use back in those days. However, I have evolved in the sense of like my vegan journey. When I first started, it wasn't like I knew it all. I thought I was Dr. Sevi, but I wasn't at all. I just was passionate about it, and I wanted to convert everyone. But then, time went and I started learning more about it, and I started understanding more about it as well too, and started seeing the benefits not only for my health, but what I was doing also for other sentient beings, right? Like what Donald was saying, talking about animals in this perspective, but also, it only wasn't all about myself. It was also more about others, right? So I learned in this journey that you gotta be compassionate. Compassion not only apply for human, but also apply for other sentient beings. So that's kind of like, a little bit of introduction about me. You guys can hit me up anytime if you have any question. I'm always answering my social media, and it could be anything related to veganism, or it could be anything related to investment or anything else. I'm here out for y'all.
Oh no, for sure, man. So I appreciate it, Roger, man. I appreciate you. Roger is one of the few people that I know that has been in this space of health longer than myself. So
Hmm.
I appreciate you. You the OG on this call, man. So I appreciate you. A lot of love and respect for taking time for the people. So, I gave you guys, the definition of what veganism and differentiating between plant-based. The topic for today is the war on humanity. Now, I know the first thing that you guys are thinking, like the war on humanity, like what is this guy gonna be talking about? I
Right.
promise. All right. When I started eating plant-based, I started finding out what the foods that I was eating, what it was actually doing to me.
Yeah.
And I used to eat oxtails,
Mm.
on Sunday after church. I used to fall asleep like for the rest of the day. I'd be asleep. I'd
Yeah.
wake up feeling miserable. I had headaches, things like that. And so, people think that eating healthy will just, you know, literally change your life, and it can, but I really believe that there is a war on humanity because there are so many things that are killing us every single day. Um, and I
Mm.
wanted to point a few of those things out. Now I can go through a long list, but I've condensed it down to two topics I was able to come up with off the top of my head. And the
Yeah.
first thing that I want to come through that I want to talk about that everybody has access to is literally
What?
water.
So what about water?
Water.
Tell us about what's the deal with water? Because I got clean water at home. You know.
Yeah. So crazy thing is that, and I hope you guys have your notepads, right? They say note takers are money makers. It doesn't matter if you're talking about money or not. It can always benefit you. If you go to EWG, right? If you go to EWG, I think just type in EWG and then type water. It will literally have your environmental water something service. Anyways, you type in your zip code and it will literally tell you the quality of your water, right? Now, it's not going to say how your water is good, poor, bad. It's literally, they test it, right? Don't get it twisted. They test it and they send it to laboratories and they show the contaminants in there.
So that
First and
side,
foremost, huh?
type it. Let's get that side again so we can type it in the chat.
Let me find the.
That way people can, the ones that watch the recording can also tap into it. By the way, but at the same time, while Donald is doing that, it's important that when you talk about health, you don't not only just focus on your physical health, right? Because a lot of people, when they talk about, oh, I'm healthy, I work out, and that's one aspect of health. But there's a lot more into it than just going to the gym or doing whatever physical activities that you do. That's one key part of it, right? But it's important that you also take into consideration some of these things. And while we're going to be talking, that doesn't mean that you have to go ahead and you know what I mean, like go ahead and do it all at once. But you can gradually start investigating, start learning more about it, and start making those changes in your lives. Kind of like a transition, right? So starting to drink on better quality water, starting to take care of your health inside and your mental health as well too, because a lot of people, suffer from mental health, and of course when we talk about eating healthy and exercising, that kind of feeds into that mental health as well. But it has to be a mindset shift that you have to start working into as well. You able to find it, Donald?
Yeah. So it's www.ewg.org.
.org. Okay.
So
Environment. We
if
got.
you guys go to that site, it will literally tell you all the pollutants and the contaminants that's in your water. Now, you'll be shocked and amazed, right? It's crazy. Now, I know you guys smell the chlorine all of the time, but there are carcinogens. Now, if you guys know what carcinogens are, they're pollutants and they cause cancer. They cause your eczema. They cause anxiety, they cause fear, they cause, you know, neurological problems, all types of things, right? So you can go in there and you can literally type in your zip code and everything will pop up, right? Now I knew for a fact, and I'm being totally honest, right? If anybody knows me, I'm a very, very, very transparent person. I had like this weird anxiety when I was like in the shower. It was really weird. Like I would be sitting here, I'd be like, man, I gotta get the heck up. I don't know if I was claustrophobic or what, but it was weird for myself. And then when I get out the shower, like my skin would be ashy, and then some days like my water supply would just smell exactly like chlorine. And I'm like, bruh, I might as well get a bar of soap and bathe in the pool. It was mind-boggling, and to know people are washing their beard and their hair, and it gets in your eyes and your mouth and in your open parts. It was a scary feeling. And so I
What you?
literally invested in a shower head,
Oh,
right? I
for real?
invested in a shower head, and I'll go ahead and show it to you guys, right? I invested in a shower head. It's called Pure Action. So Forbes listed this as one of the top shower heads, right? It's called Pure Action,
Yeah.
right? Pure Action shower head. It's like $40, right? And I'll have a link after the call so that you guys can get it. But literally, as soon as I installed this shower, and it's really, really easy. Like you literally
Yeah.
screw off your existing one and you put it on. The chlorine smell dissipated. It was gone. Now, I never paid attention to hard water, soft water. I mean, I'm from Third Ward, so water is water. We take a bath, you know, we used to sip water out the water hose like it was nothing. When you get soft water, it's
Oh.
almost like the water feels like satin. It feels like satin. Like it's super soft. Like when it hits you, it's almost like a oil, like a
Mhm.
oil. And the water is totally different.
Yeah.
My hair started to become darker again. I no longer have to put on like lotion, right? And that is gonna sound weird, but I'll be honest with you guys, you know, it's crazy to think that when you go to the pool, you get out and you're ashy, like you're super ashy. So not only are you, you know, having taken a shower with chlorine, but there's also chemicals. You
Yep.
take hot showers, so it turns from a liquid into a gas. So now you're inhaling those bad things, and it's stripping the oil from your body. It's stripping the oil from your body. So it's crazy because the same people that are selling you the cures are the same people that are causing the issues,
Yeah. What's
right?
up?
So the thing is they basically said, hey, we're gonna make the world ashy, and then we're gonna sell them lotion.
No, that's the way it is with everything, even with pharmaceuticals, right? It's the one that sells you the food that kills you is the one that sells you the medicine to quote unquote cure you. Hey,
Exactly.
this is I don't know y'all. I'm a plug a friend of mine, Bad at Vegan. This dude came out with a documentary called "They're Trying to Kill Us." I don't know if you've seen it before. It's all about like it's like a man. Y'all have to watch it because he talks about like how it is in the hood. He's from St. Louis, so Ferguson actually. He's from Ferguson, and then he talks about how in the hood they have all these different type of food, which are all the fast food restaurant, and then he breaks all that down into like who's the one that own those restaurants, like churches and all the different things. And I'm trying to deviate, but the topic, but it's the same concept, right? Basically, he presented you in a way, in an easy way to understand that the food that we're eating from the places, we don't have accessible food as far as like Whole Foods in the hood, like Third Ward and whatever this place. We don't have that kind of food, but we have a bunch of liquor stores. We have a bunch of fast food restaurants, cheap food, and then they try to feed that food to us. And then at the same time, they try to sell us the medicine to try to cure us. But they own they own the whole ecosystem, like the whole thing. They own it, so they own the whole thing. So it's easy for them to like, I'm gonna kill you, but I'm gonna sell you the medicine to try to cure you back. And at the same time, it's not. So it's go back to what you were saying about the water.
Exactly. And you know, what time is it? So I don't, I'm passionate about this, right? I'm passionate about
So we
this.
need
And
like
I,
2 hours on
I do extensive research, right? So I'm going to make it make
this.
sense.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of people out here, and ladies, gentlemen, I mean, we spend so much money on these, you know, facial, you know, lotions and soaps and serums and, you know, age reversing. And, you know, you have all these hair masks and stuff like that.
stuff.
Bro, get your water filter, man. And I guarantee you it's going to do about 80% of the work. 80% of the work for you, right? So here's my thing. I'm not going to talk about the problems. I'm not going to sit there and go through all of this without giving you guys a solution. Now, this is where I put on my nerd hat, right? It's where I put on my nerd hat. Well, Donald, like, well, what type of water should we use, right? Like, you're telling us everything. Like, what do we do? Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys.
That's what's up for Sabrina. She got a water filter. What's up?
Exactly.
Distilled water. That's the thing, man.
How long have I been drinking distilled water, Roger?
Ooh, man, I know this dude since like 1999. Nah, that's really like 2016, 15. Man, I found a picture of us like back in the day, bro. I'll see if I sure. But anyway, yeah, you've been drinking distilled water for a minute.
Exactly.
For a minute too, yeah.
And so it's so crazy because the person that put me on game literally just joined the call. I'm gonna tell you why distilled water. You should be drinking distilled water. Now, if you're a person that goes into like the scientific part of it, you know, they say, oh, you know, drink your mountain water, drink your spring water, drink your, you know, drink all this other stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I cook with this water. I literally cook with this water, right? Mm-hmm. Or if I have this, I'll cook with this water, right? But I drink that water, so I try to keep it chill. Here's the thing. When water isn't meant to hydrate you, right? We're already made up of water. Water isn't meant to hydrate you. Water is meant to clean out your system. It is meant to clean out your system. So let me break it down. Water is on a cellular level, right? So you'll have water, and if you're drinking this type of water, right, there's other things in your water, right? They say, oh, we added this for taste. It has minerals, which are basically just salt, right? So you have this cell, and it has a salt in it, right, or minerals in it. Now, let's just say, for instance, you drink that water, and there's something in your body that your body needs to get rid of. They say, hey, that boy Donald, he's been eating really bad, or he got a hold of this. Mr. Water, we need for you to, you know, take this piece of whatever and rinse it out of his body. If your water already has something that's occupying that cell, which is the salts or the minerals or the spring rocks and all that other stuff, if it's already occupied, then that cell won't be able to absorb whatever it is that's negative in the body that it needs to get rid of. Distilled water, its cell is entry, 0 parts per million, right? So if you have a water steamer, if you have, you know, a facial steamer, if you have an iron, what do they tell you to use?
Water.
Distilled water. They tell you to use, if you go to anything that you put water in, it'll tell you use distilled water. Because what ends up happening is when your water heats up, all of that bad rock salt stuff, it's left behind, and it's calcium. And then the water evaporates, right? So if you have a wooden table, and you know how your mom used to tell you to put your glass on the coaster. If you have, you know, a glass of water and you lift up that glass of water, what's left behind? It's a white ring. And that white ring is the calcification that's left behind, because the solids cannot turn into a gas. Only the liquids can turn into a gas. So all of the bad stuff that's in that water is left behind, right? Water isn't meant to be healthy and have minerals and stuff. You get your minerals and stuff from your food, from your vegetables, from your produce, right? From your superfoods, from your grains. Water isn't supposed to be your powerhouse. Water is supposed to clean out your body. That's why you urinate when you actually drink water, right?
Imagine that people buy vitamin water.
Huh?
Imagine those people that drink vitamin water.
Bro, it's sugar. It's sugar water.
Yeah, of course.
It's sugar water. This is the same type of water that God makes, right? Because distilled water is nothing but evaporated water that's caught. So it's like catching the steam. No solids are in that steam, right? So what happens with rainwater, right? the sun evaporates the water that's on the earth and it goes into the clouds and then it releases it. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. So I don't want to be on water for too long, right? But that's just a high level synopsis of water, what it is doing to you, and the type of water that you should be drinking. And I tell you guys, $40, I think about 30 something, $40, get you a shower filter. And I guarantee you within the first night, you're going to feel like a new person. I guarantee you, right? The next thing I want to talk about is household products. Household products.
Household product.
That is, it's really dangerous to think that there are so many chemicals that are in here, and we feel comfortable with those chemicals being around us. I'm sorry, what is alkaline water? So alkaline water has a certain level of pH, possible hydrogen. And you know, your body is supposed to be alkaline, right? So it's more of a marketing thing, right? I mean, does alkaline water really, like, do you feel the difference, right? So you have to ask yourself, are you really feeling the difference? Like with this, I'm feeling the difference. With this, I'm using the bathroom and, you know, like I'm good. But alkaline water, your body has so many different parts that by the time your body digests that alkaline water, it's probably acidic already. It's probably acidic already. I mean, you got hydrochloric acid inside of your stomach. I'm no genius, but I don't understand how it can go through hydrochloric acid and remain alkaline. So it's more of a marketing thing, right? That's, in my eyes, it's more of a marketing thing. But I just wanted to answer your question. But household products, now there's levels to household products, right? You can be, you know, like I have Myers, right? So this is clean. All the contents are biodegradable. That means it's good for the environment. It's light and it's a pretty good brand.
Yep.
If you guys are familiar with Method, right, or Method, you know, dish soap, you know, this is supposed to be plant-based. You know, cleaning my windows, Method glass cleaner, plant-based. When you think about these particular chemicals, your skin is becoming, you know, exposed to these chemicals. You're spraying it in the air, you know, you're putting your hands on these surfaces. Your body absorbs 80% of everything that it comes in contact with, believe it or not. Your body absorbs 80% of everything that it comes in contact with, including, you know, the water in the shower. And at one point in time, this is cool and it's informative, but at one point in time, you're like, wow, like, bro, this is really, really crazy. Like, what about the people, you know, that have kids and eczema? This is plant-based Tide, right? I like plant-based Tide. It's a nice medium between the two. You know, you're itching, you got rashes, you don't know where they're coming from. You're washing your clothes with chemicals, and believe it or not, your underwear, your panties, your bras, your shirts, your hats, all of that is drenched in chemicals. 24/7, you're drenched in chemicals, and you're wearing that every single day. You're touching surfaces that have chemicals every single day. You know, those chemicals are hard to, you know, get off. You need soap. Soap and water will do better than actual chemicals. It's just that you can't hose down your your countertop or anything like that. But it's a very dangerous game. So when you're looking at these products, you want to turn it to the back and you want to look at those ingredients. Stop just buying stuff because it was cool. Stop just buying stuff because it was cool, right? Household products, all day, just turn around. Like, I was using Emergency. How many of you guys know about Emergency? Right now, I had an oral procedure, and I was told to take vitamin C. Now I had these. Now I'll be honest with you, I knew better, right? But it was convenience. It was convenience. It had 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C per day, but it has a whole bunch of. Look at all of these ingredients. Does all of this require vitamin C? Somebody told me to stop taking that.
Get an orange.
Start taking I just started taking this, Acerola Powder. These are a certain type of cherry, and these cherries are very highly concentrated in vitamin C. It has 650% of the daily value that you need of vitamin C without the sugar. Forget the oranges. They telling you oranges. Kiwis have 10 times more vitamin C than an orange. Don't get taken aback by the marketing, right? You want vitamin C, acerola powder, natural vitamin C, and it only has one ingredient, cherry powder. That's literally it. No sugar, no nothing, right? So start looking in the back of these things, and if there's a ton of ingredients, it's just like, why are you drinking it? Why does my water have ingredients? This is just supposed to be water. What is all of this right here? I got water, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, potassium bicarbonate, electrolytes added for taste. I didn't know we were drinking water for taste, right? So make sure that you guys are choosing the healthiest one, because you'll never know where your ailments are coming from. You know, it's this very sad story when I think about the people that are around the world and they're going through illnesses and the doctors don't know what's going on, right? The patient doesn't know what's going on. Their kid has eczema. Nobody in their family has ever had eczema before. And they're sleeping in these sheets with chemicals. It's just like, why does this have to be so harsh? You have to think about that. Like, why are you giving us this? Why is all of this? Why? If you guys can distill water, which I think is the most easiest way of doing stuff, instead of running it through a fancy filtration, just boil the water and catch the steam. You're doing more work to hurt your customers. Let me add a little bit of this. That's more work. And then they're charging you for this. Like, this is crazy. They're charging you for this. You're going to put chlorine in the water that I bathe in? Did you have anything to add into? I know I started preaching, man.
No, I mean, you said some really good points there, but the thing was going to tell you is like basically the way they program is that way, right? They program to pass you up. They're not programmed to kind of prevent. It's not preventive medicine, right? They just want to, oh, you have a headache, okay, drink this, and then there you go on your better life. But what about the side effect? Oh, it's okay. Take this other pill for the side effect. So that's how it is. So they patch that way. That's how they program. So mostly when you're looking for advice and help on that sense, make sure you're looking for someone that kind of aligns with your belief, right? So your beliefs are that you want to kind of find a cure naturally. Look for someone in that same space, because you don't want to get the wrong information or just take something else and then break something else in your body, right? That was just going to be my 2 cents in that. And with the household product also, this is just from a vegan perspective. And from a vegan standpoint, I think a lot of these household products, there are a lot of good brands out there. Make sure that the ones that you pick are the ones with less heavy metals. I won't say that 100% all my products in my homes are vegan. When I say either plant-based or vegan, either or. But when I say vegans, for example, like some vegan might not be agreeing of using plastic, for example, because it's not good for the environment. So they might be more into products that are made with glass, for example, or other biodegradable material. So maybe that will be too deep. I mean, it's just getting started. Don't worry about that. Kind of gradually get to that point. But for me, for example, if you can make your own product too, that's good. So one of the things is out of biases. Just make sure that when you drink an ingredient, just like Donald said, make sure that when you're looking at the ingredients, make sure that the natural ingredient, things that you recognize. When you look at words that are you like, what is this? Then for some reason, that's why you don't know what they are, because it's like confusing. So try and make sure that you find stuff that are really good for you, clean, not a lot of heavy metal. That's just my advice on that when it comes to that.
Oh, no, for sure. So I just paused for a quick second because I always want to, provide you guys with a solution. The easiest solution I can come off the top of my head with is baking soda and vinegar.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen, those TikToks or those snaps where, they're like, oh, put a little baking soda, put a little vinegar in there, let it sit, and
Yeah.
boom, stuff is coming out. Like, you can't go wrong with this. You
Yeah.
cannot go wrong with this. This right here, the baking soda, is, like kind of like a salt, from water. It's naturally occurring. And so it's an abrasive too. So it scrubs and it absorbs all the impurities, all of the grease. And then you have this that kind of breaks it down. So if it's pretty tough, this breaks it down on a cellular level, right? This is vinegar. It's acidic, right? So you mix these two together from I mean, people do apple cider vinegar rinses in their
Yeah.
hair. You
That's
put
right.
this, you can't go wrong with that, right? So that's just something that you can utilize. Use hot water, right? Use regular soap, hot water, and that's literally it.
Thing-
Um,
Things like the other end, it's very, 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 very important, right? Make sure that you find one that is a clean brand, something that is good for you. I mean, because you don't want to be putting that stuff in your body, right? It's the same thing with full of pores. I mean, the same thing that you put in your body is kind of the same thing you're eating. So make sure you're getting the right thing on you, lotions and all that stuff. Like I said, you have the right water. You might not even need that anymore. Shampoos and things like that. I mean, all the different kind of products. That's all a part of what we call household product, right?
exactly. So, yeah, you can wash your dishes with this. Wash your dishes, sprinkle a little baking soda in it. You may just put like a drop or two of soap,
Mhm. Yeah,
scrub it, and then pour some vinegar on it, and it's gonna foam up, and then scrub it, and then rinse it off, and you're good to go. As you can see, you can also use it to wash your fruits and vegetables. And if you can use it to wash your fruits and vegetables, you
you're
can
good.
basically do it with anything. Just don't wash your eyes out with this, right? Um, one more thing before I move on to the next one: candles. I
Mm,
love scents. If anybody knows me, I'm a very high level connoisseur of colognes, and I like for my place to smell good too. You want to get a candle that is made out of soy, right? Or I want to say beeswax or soy. Everything else is harmful. It creates like harmful toxic fumes in the air, whether you want to believe it or not. Toxic fumes are everywhere. So I got rid of my stuff and I started only getting soy and beeswax based candles, man. You think you're doing good, it smells good. And once again, you're slowly killing yourself, man. You're slowly killing yourself.
I
The
do
next one is
more,
Wi-Fi.
the more be
We are
friendly.
definitely in a technological age right now where technology runs everything. Heck, you on your phone right now.
I'm on my phone right now. Yeah.
We on our phone right now, and Wi-Fi is like in the air. That's why I just said like you can't even hide from like these dangers. I mean, just being, a certain type of person in America, whether you're black, whether you're Hispanic, whether a minority or whatever, outside of, trying to protect yourself from that, you have so many other things that's getting at you. So you have Wi-Fi, right? You have these 5G cell towers that are emitting harmful rays, right? And then you got these people that are coming up with these illnesses and they don't know where it came from. They eat healthy, it's not in their family, and boom, one day it's just like, wow, right? You got people that like to drive and their cell phone is in their private area, right? I used to
Mhm.
do that all the time. And then I started understanding that, my growing area was being exposed to these
Right.
harmful, rays or, emitting technology that my body wasn't designed to actually have. Has anybody held their phone so much that sometimes their hands start tingling?
Oh yeah.
Or you be like, dang, like I've actually experienced that. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm a weirdo. But
No.
sometimes I'll get that tingling sensation, and I gotta toss my phone out. I'm just like, man, this is crazy. And sometimes we have reproductive issues, and it's a very sensitive topic to discuss. But you're when you were sitting on the couch, where's your laptop? It's in your lap. When
Mm-hmm.
you're walking in public, where's your phone? It's in
Your
your pocket.
poppers or
In your
whatever.
pocket. It's in your hand. We're putting it up to our face. What about the AirPods? I have a pair of AirPods. I don't even use them anymore. I literally use the wired ones because you have an AirPod right here and you have an AirPod right here. Guess how these things are communicating? They're going straight through here to communicate with each other. And I know it sucks, right? I know it sucks. You're like, bro, I spent $800, man. Forget this dude, man. I'm feeling. But like I say, if you knew better, you would do better.
Mm.
It's just kind of the way that it is. And so I can't tell you the problem without telling you the solution. And it's going to be tough. Now, I got a TV, I got a PlayStation, and I got an Apple TV. Get your router, right? Whoever you got, AT&T, Comcast, get your router and plug up the Ethernet directly to it. 2 reasons why you want to do this. Because it's not going to be emitting those rays and communicating with the box as heavy, right? It's not perfect, but it won't be emitting to the box and communicating as heavy. But in addition to that, your internet will be better, right? Because you have, service floating in the air and it's trying to grab it. When it's wired, it's protected. There's no interference when it's wired in. So Wi-Fi, try to limit it as much as is possible. Wire your electronics. Keep your cell phone away from you. Don't sleep in the bed with your cell phone. Don't fall asleep on it caking. And it's, you got it on your chest. You got it in your crouch and you fall asleep on the phone with bae. Like, take care of yourself. I want to see everybody live a very long and healthy life. And the last one, and we'll open it up because we're moving kind of fast, so we're moving pretty quick. So I may add another topic or two, and it kind of fits into the household products. We have Teflon, right? We have Teflon. So when we're talking about Teflon, it's literally something that they coat your cookware with. They coat your cookware with, and when that Teflon reaches a certain temperature, then sometimes it starts to break off and leach into the food.
Yep.
It leaches into the food. Picture how many times you cook with your pots and your pans and your skillets. I had an air fryer, and it was Teflon, and I had to go and find a stainless steel one. My water distiller has a glass container that it catches. Now, of course, I can't buy glass in the store, right? But I have my own water distiller. So it goes straight into the glass and never touches plastic. And one thing that I learned that I wasn't aware of was that the Teflon can become airborne in the air fryers too. So even if you're using foil, which is terrible, foil is terrible. If I should have got all this stuff ready. Use parchment paper. Parchment paper is safe. Replace all of your foil with parchment paper. Now, parchment paper won't keep your food hot. It won't keep it cold, but it is healthier. And when you put it in an air fryer, right, it's basically like you got a stove eye at the top, and then you got a fan that's circulating everything around. So when that Teflon heats up, it's circulating those vapors, right? It's starting to like break down on a molecular basis and to just release a little bit. Now it's all in your food. If it's not touching it, now it's airborne. Here's the solution. Get stainless steel. Get stainless steel or get glass. Get something.
Yeah. Get an air fryer.
It's sad because it's almost like you have to pick up your whole life and switch everything around.
Well, yeah, that's part of evolution, right?
I paid so much for that Martha Stewart cookware set. I mean, that's real. Who wants to get rid of something that they paid good money for?
No one.
Right? Microwave. The microwave.
Yeah, microwave goes hand in hand with Wi-Fi, right? In the same sense.
And it's cooking it.
Yeah.
It's cooking it. It's killing your nutrients. It's literally giving your food like radioactive heat.
Mm.
It's crazy. Like the microwave is all in your workplace. It's at your grocery store. It's in every
Oh,
apartment. Every
yeah.
home comes equipped with either a microwave or a place to put it because
Hmm.
it's convenient.
Yeah.
I'd rather you put your stuff in the air fryer. It's nothing but heat with a fan, and it distributes the heat evenly amongst the space, and it's closed up so the heat can't escape. That's why I love the air fryer. Get you a toaster oven. You can
Oh,
get like 30, 40, $50 a toaster oven, and it works exactly like an oven, right? So you can put your food in there, and you can put it on however long it takes to warm it up, and go take a shower or go take out the trash or something, and by the time you get through, it'll be ready. Throw it in a pot or pan and heat it up real quick, and then throw your stuff in the dishwasher. But stop using the microwave. I gotta wash dishes almost every single day, but my whole thing is I cannot complain and go to the next level if I'm steady doing stuff that's gonna keep me behind. Like I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So these are certain things that you experience every single day. Um, I don't know what else we want to talk about. We got about 15 minutes left.
I personally cook with an air fryer. I pretty much do everything in an air fryer, and I started using an air fryer maybe about what 2 years ago or post pandemic. Well, yeah, I don't know, remember exactly when I started using it. Maybe a couple years ago, yeah. And yeah, it's literally like they say air fryer is like a PlayStation 5 for women. That's what I heard. So good night. So anyway, so I started using an air fryer, and it completely changed my life. Prior to using an air fryer, I was using I was using my pan. I was using a skillet, but it was
Hold on, you were just about to say non-stick.
yeah, it was. I was gonna say a non-stick, but it wasn't a non-stick actually. I used to have that prior, but it was not a non-stick. Yeah, I used to. But anyway, I used to use the skillet, and I used to cook everything in the skillet. But yeah, it was once I got an air fryer, yeah, it completely changed the game for me because now I'm like, okay, well, now I can definitely get healthier food, and my food is I know is in a better stage, so it can change. I pretty much use it for everything, like pretty much literally. I mean, you can even make pancakes in there too if you wanted to. So I'm not trying to plug here any particular brand. I'm just saying that is you want to be able to overall have a healthier life, you need to start making these changes in different aspects of your life, right? So mind, body, and soul, you have to start making all these different changes, and you start incorporating all these things in your life. So that's what we basically want to get with this, right? And like Donald said, it's not just about telling you just stop stop doing this, but it's also giving you the game. So you can't tell nobody told me. I didn't know about that. Now you know because now you got the info. Now you
Exactly.
do.
And that's my whole thing. My thing isn't to change you guys or to convert you guys. My thing is I did the the analysis. I did the research so that you guys wouldn't have to. I would tell you some things that I've experienced as far as elevating like health wise within myself, but y'all wouldn't even believe me. So y'all not even ready for that conversation yet. I'm gonna wait until we've kind of gotten a little bit deeper, and then I'll kind of share that information with you guys. But it's just so crazy. I'm gonna ask you guys a question, and I want this to be interactive. How many of you guys feel better when you go on a vacation outside the country? Like, drop it in the chat. Like, where have you been to outside of the country where you just felt better, right? I,
Hmm.
I've been out the country several times, right? I've been to the UK. I've been to Dominican Republic. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Canada, And as soon as you get back to the US, like as soon as your butt hits your seat, like in your car, all those feelings and health and all that stuff, they just smack you in the face.
It's like you're back to the.
Bruh. And the first thing we want to do is we want to say, dang, bro, I need another vacation. And it's not, oh yeah, I've been to Dubai too. It's not even like you being sick of coming back to your daily life. You're sick of coming back to sickness. Because a lot of the things that we are exposed to, that they use in our healthcare, the products, the food, the ingredients, they're banned in other countries. They're banned in other countries. The other countries, they don't do that. Right? When you go to Dubai, like your food is fresh. The juice is fresh. The juice is so fresh, you can't even get it refrigerated because they just juiced it.
That's crazy.
Seriously. And when you think about it, you're just like, dang. I just, because one day I came back and you know, I wasn't feeling too hot. And when I got there, I was just like, man, this is weird. But I feel good. I feel really, really good. And as soon as I came back, you know, the tension headache started coming back, you know, just all this stuff. And I was just like, I ain't even ate nothing yet. I ain't even ate nothing yet. But just think about it though. When you go to Mexico, you don't see all these light poles and stuff. You don't see all these 5G towers. You don't have this super strong internet access. Everything is fresh. You don't have nobody throwing no frozen patties on the grill. Like everything is fresh and ready made to order. Now I know we talking vegan or whatever, but whether it's meat, whether it's produce, it's fresh and you can taste it. We wouldn't be going back out there if it wasn't lit, if it didn't make us feel good. So now we have to protect ourselves in the country that we're in. Within the last several months, I bought this water shower. I mean, the shower filter. I bought a water distiller. I bought a medical grade air filter. Right. I've switched everything. I took all the Teflon and stuff out. Everything that I basically have is glass. Right. Even like my to-go containers, like they're glass. All of my cookware is stainless steel. My couch is vegan. Cost me like $3,500. Crazy. You're gonna charge me all that money for a vegan couch, and I could have got the real leather for like $2,000. But your couches have formaldehyde in it. Your bed has formaldehyde in it. Your wooden products have formaldehyde in it. And those are the same things that they embalm dead people with. They embalm people with the same stuff that you're sleeping with every single night. So now do you guys understand why I said war against humanity? How hard is it to install a filter inside of an apartment complex?
Too me too hard.
How hard is it? You are already paying for everything. Why can't you pay for a small little filter for my apartment? Why my water gotta be so dirty? Why is it hard to find distilled water? It's hard to find distilled water. Why when you go in the baby section, they got distilled water? Like these are the questions that you have to ask yourself. I'm not here to preach it to you and push it to you, but just ask yourself these questions. Why do I have to go the extra mile to be healthy? Why would you guys make me drink something that's been in plastic for maybe months before I'm able to touch it, and it's sitting out in the sun, and the plastic is just leaching inside of whatever's in there? Like, why? Why do I have to buy this? Why do I have to bathe in chlorinated water every single day? You strip my hair with the water. You strip my skin with the water. You got rashes. You got eczema. You got anxiety. You have fear. You know what I'm saying? So like, think about the stuff that's around you. Everything that I take is holistic. I can literally just pull down a ton of different herbs for all different types of things right now. I even went to a holistic dentist where I got my teeth pulled in the back, and they gave me what is it? Arnica montana. It's natural, and it promotes healing and health. And I want to leave you guys with this. I'm going to educate you guys really quickly on your oral health. Your oral health is probably the most important health out of your whole body, because that's the only way that things can get inside your body for the most part. Each tooth is connected to an organ in your body, right? We're electrical beings. And when you have metal in your mouth, it messes up that signal, right? A lot of us old school people, you got mercury fillings. Mercury is toxic. If mercury is in a school, they will clear it out, call the CDC, and they'll come in there with the whole white suit on. But when you get your tooth pulled, if you go to a traditional dentist, what they will do is they will take the blood from a pig or from a dead person or a synthetic like lab graft, and they will fill in that hole. Now, sometimes it's successful and sometimes it doesn't, because that's not from your body. So your body just may reject it, right? So they're basically putting an artificial blood clot there to promote healing so we can close up. My dentist, right? And tell me if you guys have ever experienced that. My dentist took the blood, right? They took the blood from my arm in a vial, put it in a little spin thing, right? And when it spins around, and I'm not a scientist or anything, but when it spins around, you know, the bottom part is like the blood part, and the top part is like the little creamy off-white part. These are your T cells. They snip it, and they take the T cells and they basically mush it up in there, right? And then your body recognizes it and it says, hey, that's us, bro. That's us. That's our cells, bro. Let's work together and let's do this. Citrifuge. My guy Lance, man. Shout out to my guy Lance, man. Citrifuge. So now my body recognizes my own cells. Because if you do a blood transfusion, what's the risk of a blood transfusion? That person can reject the blood because it's not naturally there. You're in the wrong house. So I felt really good going to holistic dentists that really cares about me and gets down to the cause. Do not get root canals. I'm gonna do a call on root canals. Do not get root canals. If you have a chance, go to a place called Tubi, because they removed it. Tubi, Tubi. It's like a free movie show place. It's a thing called root cause, right? Root cause, and it basically shows you like the dangers of a root canal. A root canal will never be safe. It would always come back and bite you in the butt. And you will never know that your body is infected because they've removed the root and the nerve that causes pain. So you will never know that you are infected until it has infected other parts of your body. Man, I love this shit. So I do want to open it up for me and Roger to answer any questions that you may have. We do have just a few minutes, maybe like 3 minutes. So if anybody has any questions, and if we have answers, we'll give it to you. But we want to open it up. We want this to be interactive.
Shout out to Max. What's up, man?
Steady Max.
Yeah, that's what's up right there, man. Yeah, definitely. This is good conversation. I think this is gonna enlighten a lot of people, and that's what we want to do, right? This is the whole main purpose of this, right? Kind of shed some light out there, all this negativity, but want to be able to bring some positivity into it, and then share you guys with some knowledge, different areas, aspect. We not just talk about, you know, being and plant-based and all that good stuff, but we also talk about all the aspect of life that matters too, right? So we talk about from our personal experience and from stuff that we research and investigate, and And by all means, you can also do your own research. And yeah, we would love to hear what you guys have to say. What
Gotcha.
is it?
We have
Vitamin.
says hookah and liquor. Can y'all speak on that? Um, I will start with liquor because I think liquor is easy. It's really easy. Liquor that has no medicinal properties, none whatsoever. It does nothing for your body at all, but erodes your liver, puts stress on your body. It has to filter that stuff out.
It's like bad calories.
It's like it's crazy how patterns and the world has led us believe that liquor is cool. Like, if you drink a certain amount of liquor, you will vomit because your body is trying to expel this
Right.
poison from your. It's poison. Like, and I know it's crazy because that's what we do to have fun and we want to loosen up. It's poison. I mean, I'm just going to be totally honest. It does nothing for you. And you know it does nothing for you. Like, everybody knows that it just doesn't do anything. And we pay the most money to drink something that is harming us, our livers, our kidneys. It makes us sweat. It cleans out our bodies. It makes us, it makes us woozy and things like that. As far as hookah, tobacco, like, it's still tobacco. You have tobacco free, hookah, but there's still certain chemical agents. And these toxic agents are, linked to, lung, bladder, and oral cancer, right? It's the same thing as, like, I'll even speak on weed, right? I mean, weed, everybody says, hey, it's medicinal, but there's different ways, to utilize the plant. You can eat it.
Right.
They say that, the oil or eating it has more medicinal properties than actually smoking it. But smoking is the cool way to do it, right? You're actually supposed to ingest the weed, and you can get it. It absorbs in your body versus it's smoke. Like, there's no type of smoke that's good for your lungs because your lungs have to work and expel those smoke. It produces, phlegm. You cough. Your eyes are red. Things like that. Uh, the vitamin C powder, it's called Acerola Powder, and it's a very potent source of vitamin C, right? Vitamin C, Acerola. I would say use this brand just because I've done my research. I just started using it a few weeks ago, but I'm very skeptical on just buying certain things from people. So I definitely did my research because this stuff be coming from Amazon. You don't know who did what. So Acerola, this brand, I think it's called Micro Ingredients. Um, and yeah, I think that's it. Did you have anything you wanted to say, Roger?
No, so I mean, we same thing. I'm just gonna kind of question a little bit on the liquor part of it. Um, I honestly like I don't drink, right? Like me personally, I don't drink, and I necessarily have nothing against people that drink. It's just my prerogative. Like I never drank before, and that's just how it's been my whole life. And I mean, this I can talk about this all day about the reason why psychologically I decided not to drink, whatever. But that's not the point. The point is, at the end of the day, now to me, is like that I don't see any benefit on it. Right? It doesn't bring any benefit on my life at all. Like, what is the benefit of me drinking? I mean, if I eat good food, I have good life. I have healthy life. But if I drink, I don't see any benefit. So just starting from that perspective, there's no point for me to drinking. Then at that point, of course, it's not good for your body. It doesn't do anything for me. So you never see like you see people that smoke that always say, like, you get somebody the same amount of weed, you get somebody that drink, you're gonna find more car accident than somebody that got high. So I hear this analogy, right? Because people trying to explain that, smoking is probably better than drinking. I'll let you make your own judgment. I mean, I don't recommend either or, but definitely drinking is not recommended in my. I mean, from my ethical standpoint, not necessarily, but more from a health standpoint, because I'm also into fitness, and and it's not necessary calories. Like you don't need those for you. So there's a lot of other things that you can drink. So that's all I needed to add to the whole drink conversation, whole liquor conversation. But this has been great, man. Definitely was a good conversation.
Man, I appreciate it, man. You know, Roger is a special individual because he's been in the game longer than me, and like I said, I rarely find people that's been in the game. You know, this dude says he's never partaken in alcohol, you know, smoking, things like that, eating meat. I mean, just
Yeah, see, no, well, so let me clarify that. So, yes, it's true. I had never drink before, but I'm gonna tell a quick story. One time, I was in fifth grade, right, and a friend of mine invited me to his house, and like, oh, let's go study. And he was like, "Hey, you want something to drink?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, what you got?" He's like, "I got orange juice. I got this special orange juice." I was like, "What does that mean?" So this dude poured like some vodka, some vodka and then orange juice, something like that, and he gave it to me, and I thought it was OJ, right? And I drink it, and I was like, "What the hell is?" So I spit it out. That's like probably the only time I was encountered with alcohol, and I was like, I wouldn't even want it to. Somebody just spiked my drink, you know. So I was like, dude, what are you doing? And I got so pissed off at that friend. We're not friends anymore, but I was like, man, you don't do that. So stuff like that. So I've been in situations like that. I try to deal with society in that sense, right? Same thing with when I'm being, like I said, being for many years, but at the same time with like smoking and stuff like that. I never had a cigarette in my mouth. I think I had one time a friend of mine was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna be smoking weed. Do you mind if you blow this cigarette?" So I was like, "What are you doing?" So he wanted me like he really this guy forced me. So I was like, oh man, so I did. I think I put a cigarette in my mouth and I just threw it away right away. So that's the only time I've done it. So that's my only encounter with that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, I don't. Again, that's just my personal experience. You know, it's just been different. And my friends tell me that it's probably because I was never in a situation where I found comfortable with it. I don't care. It's just it doesn't matter.
nah, for real, man. Get high off. Like if and I, you know, I'm not throwing shade or nothing like that. It's just a different perspective. Like
Yeah,
be your own high. Like if you need outside sources to make you happy or to get you lit or
yeah,
for you to become high, then you have to do more soul searching, man. Like when people are like, oh, you man, get drink, bro. I'm like, bro, I'm high off of life. I can sit in the
mm,
corner and I can laugh. I laugh at my own jokes. Like I'm high off of life. Like literally, I'm smirking, I'm laughing, I'm
yeah.
dancing, I'm sweating, I'm doing everything that I need to do without liquor and without smoking. Um, it really makes me act stupid, really, because I don't smoke or drink like that. And I forgot what happened, man. When I was smoking in Vegas one time, man, and I just couldn't stop laughing. I think I ate gummies. I ate like a whole thing of gummies because I wasn't used to it, and I like was smoking like a blunt. Man, I was laughing so hard, like I couldn't even breathe. Like I was like, I gotta make myself stop laughing
Mm.
so that I could breathe. Like I damn near was like about to cry because I just couldn't stop laughing, and I was just like, "There's nothing even funny. I'm laughing at myself for
Well,
doing this dumb shit." And you know, when I finally made myself stop laughing, I got anxiety. So I made myself laugh again, and it was just a back and forth until it wore off. And I was just like, "Bro, I don't want to do this." I was about to fight. I was talking about people in their face. Like, it was a terrible experience. It's funny now, and I know you guys are probably cracking up. Like, D3, the boy, smoking and drinking and laughing and crying and can't
right.
breathe. Like, it was funny, but now I'm just like, it's crazy, man. And we spend so much money to poison ourselves. That's the crazy thing, man. Crazy.
And then we've been so programmed to do it that way. You know, think about it. Like how much money people spend when they go to the club and buy alcohol bottles. I got bottles because you ain't got bottle, you ain't popping. You know that.
Bro, $400 for a bottle that costs 40, $50. Like, that's crazy, man. And I'm gonna give you a quick story because you know you see the dress shirt, you see me invest, you talk about being in like I'm from a place where people did drugs to numb the pain.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm from a place where, you know, like my aunt, like my closest aunt was a dope fiend, and she got beat to death by a guy she took money from, like beat to death. And it's just like you smoke and you pop pills and you do these drugs to numb the pain. Like people are getting killed, people getting beat, people
Yeah.
are tied up and watch their loved ones get raped. You gotta smoke that type of pain away. And you
Mm-hmm.
got people that's out here that's smoking because it's cool or because they had a long day. Like that's not what we do that for. Like you smoke to take the pain away. Y'all smoking just to be cool. It's just like boys
Yeah.
game messed up. In the 90s, we was sipping drink. We was sipping a deuce and a 20 ounce. Now y'all
Mm.
got a whole four in a cup. With like that's crazy. What are you guys going through?
Yeah.
The people that
Yeah.
smoke don't even have them problems. Like that's really what street people do it for, is to numb the pain, the trauma. And I feel like if you have to go through that, like really take a look at yourself and go through those problems, because those things are just pillows. And when that high, you know, goes off, when the buzz comes down, your problems are still there. Heal, heal, heal from the inside out, not from the outside in. Like really heal, face those fears, produce those tears, fight, pray, fast, eat better, do stuff like that. And you know, don't run to something that's giving you a temporary relief because you're hooked. You're hooked, man. No judgment on anybody. Just sharing, my experience. Peace, love, and wealth. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This will be up, I'm sure, on both of our pages. Thank you guys so much for your support. We will continue to bring you guys knowledge. Get yourselves a shower filter and give me some feedback. Start drinking distilled water, man. Get you some plant-based cleaners, right? That says plant-based on the front. At least, it may not be the healthiest stuff in the world, but it's a lot more healthier than what you're actually using. So thank
Yep.
you guys so much. When's the next time that we doing this, Roger? I wanna, I know, it was my fault. I need to be a little bit more, definitive in what we're doing. What we doing it like once a month, twice a month?
Yeah, well, we can do it once a month or twice a month if people want. Hey, we can ask people what do they think? What do they
Yeah,
like?
but how many
Yeah.
times? If we, okay, I got two questions for you guys, right? I want you to put it in the chat. Would you guys like to see these? Because there's a lot of things. There's a lot of topics, so you don't have to worry about that. Would you guys want to see us once a month or twice a month? And would you guys want to see us on Instagram Live or Zoom?
Hmm. Good question. Yeah, we got a good question. Let us know what you guys think. It would be nice to know. That way we can continue because we feed out of y'all, right? Y'all wanted to see these kind of conversations and topic more often, then we'll continue doing it more often. Otherwise, we'll do it once a month, and then we go from there, right?
Oh no. And bro, while they answering,
Mm-hmm.
I have a good friend of mine who not only is she a RN, she's an NP, nurse practitioner, RN, and she's a doula. As women, and birthing, um, the way that you eat, the things that you come in contact with, giving natural birth. I mean, a lot of us are people of color on here, so you already know. A lot of women of color are dying giving birth in the hospital, things like that. Like, and I know me, I'm not a woman, I'm not a medical professional, I don't have any medical degree, I'm not a doctor, but I do have people in my corner that are very educated. They are certified to talk about these things, and I think that having us and medical professionals, I have a neuropathologist that taught me a lot of the things from a scientific level that
Mm-hmm.
makes it make sense. But I think I'm gonna find a time that she's free, and I wanna talk about that. I want to talk about delivering your baby at home, delivering your baby naturally, taking natural herbs, letting the placenta, you know, empty into the baby, letting it dry out naturally. There are stem cells in there that, you know, they're ready to take it and set it on the back. It's just a lot of stuff, man. So yeah, so everybody says twice a month.
Yep.
They say Instagram Live. So you know me, FTP, I'm for the people. I am for the people, man. So, you know, you guys have spoken twice a month, and we're staying on Instagram Live. So we are at 1 hour and 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and shut it down because I could do this all night.
All day.
I don't want to, you know, give you guys the information overload.
For sure, for sure. I know some people too, pediatrician, nutritionist, you name it. So yeah, we can definitely invite some of those as well. So anyway, but I appreciate you guys for joining. We'll see you guys next time, man. Love you guys.
Thank you. Later.
Bless.